Alright, so this is painted. I made this for here and it's painted too. I made holes for the plug welds and it's painted too, so I'm gonna wait for it to dry. I'm still gonna have to clean here a little bit, the edge, and prepare it for welding. But while it's drying, I wanted to look at these caps a little bit, because you know I have a problem here with this cap and the other one too. So I have two caps here and they are left and right, or front and back, but it turns out that I have the same ones as the ones down there. So these were correct, they were installed there, and I thought I have the other set for the left side, but it turns out that I don't, because this one is the rear one. So you see how there's a, you see how this is wider here, and how on this one it is narrower. So the one with the narrow corner here is for the front, because it would fit here almost, like, it's not the best, but it will never fit perfectly. You always have to play with it a little bit. But this is the one for here, for the narrow one, but it is the opposite, because it needs to be this way, right? And if you look at the back, so the back one with the wider corner here, that's how it should fit, and it almost fits there, but the thing is, it needs to be this way, right? So it looks like that one over there. So I had two sets for the right side and not even one set for the left side. So first I was thinking if I should modify them. Let's say if I take the front one and I put it at the back and just modify it a little bit, but it's not the same. You see, the shape is different. Even here doesn't fit very well. I don't know. And same with this one. If I take the rear one and I put it in the front, again, it doesn't fit very well. I have to start playing with it, and since I'm gonna be playing with them, I thought, what the heck, why don't I make my own? I made caps in the past before with dies from plywood, but to be honest, it didn't work that well. And I'm thinking now, if I just make a plywood that fits inside here, and then make a plate out of this thick steel to fit right on top of the plywood, so I can put a piece of sheet metal on top and just with the hammer bend it to the shape that I want. It's not gonna be easy in this corner, but I'm sure we can do it. Okay, I made those plywood things that fit inside, and this one fits here. But of course, if I use them to bang sheet metal on them, they're gonna be damaged right away. So that's why we're gonna make the same shapes out of this steel, so we can sort of line it on top and keep it sturdier, you know what I mean? So we can hammer it with the hammer. These are made. That's the first one. I cut on the wrong line, so I had to make one more. But these are done, so now let me set up and I'm gonna bring you back and we're gonna try to make those caps together. All right, let's do this. I think here on the press it's gonna be the easiest spot, like the best spot for this, because it's gonna be really well compressed, and in the meantime I'm gonna have access all over the place. First of all, let's make sure that we're not making the same side. So this is this one, right? No. So this is this one. So we want the opposite of this. So this needs to be like that. Okay, and we know that the hardest part is gonna be here, right? So I'm gonna leave this part towards me, so I have access to everywhere. This part, I'm assuming it's gonna be easy. This part is gonna be easy, hopefully. But yeah, so this is, the flange is up, and we need, on the one that we're doing, we want the flange to go down. So I'm gonna put our liner here, right on top. And this is the piece of sheet metal that I cut, so it needs to go this way now. And I have to be really careful positioning it. Okay, I think that's it. Now if we had one more of the metal ones, but I don't want to make too many. If I had one more to put on top, that was going to be great. But I don't, so anyways, let's see how this is going to work. Okay, we don't want to crush it, right? I was supposed to cut this. Why did I not cut it? I'm going to cut it now. Okay. Sounds sturdy. Okay, so we have to do it slowly. We can bend here all the way down and then keep going. We have to bend a little bit the entire thing, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, and hopefully this here is gonna shrink for us and it's gonna go down properly. This is my left hand. I don't use it for anything other than scratching my butt. Just kidding. So like I said, now if we want to put this down, there's going to be too much material here, and that's why when I push this, when I put this down, on this side it tries to come up because there's too much material. So what we're trying to do, gently we're trying to shrink it. You know what, I'm gonna bend this side now at the back, so because I have the feeling that it's gonna slide on me. I don't think so because it's wood on metal and it should stay. But still, I have the feeling that it slides on me, so I'm gonna bend the back side so it holds it a little bit. You know what, I'm gonna turn it a little bit. And somehow this went up. For the same reason, you know, because there's too much material and it's trying to push that way, and going that way it also lifts it up. Alright, let's see now the final result. Well, it's not bad. So the wood is gone, but this is easy to make. Since we have this, we can always put a template on a piece of plywood and do another one if we need to. It's like taking 2 minutes on a bandsaw. This is intact, and this is our cup, the opposite of this one. I think ours is even better. See, the factory one has all these curls here, ours doesn't. So yeah, I know what you're gonna say, guys. These cost like $5. I know, but go get them during the COVID-19, plus the satisfaction of doing this instead of buying this. there's no comparison. So now we're gonna just hammer it a little bit inside to straighten this, and we're ready to install it. Let's see how it's gonna fit. And the moment of truth. Ta-da! Doesn't fit. Yeah, it almost fits. The problem is there in the top corner. So first of all, I have some more metal inside that I have to clean, that I didn't notice, but still it won't fit there just because it's a copy of the original. I don't know if this is bent here or the original is not too good, so maybe it was a good idea before I use my back to try and fit it here. But anyways, that's a slight change that we need to make. It almost fits here, so we're just gonna modify it a little bit here and it's gonna fit. So anyways, we're gonna make it work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make the second one. I didn't adjust the back. I didn't even check the back if it fits in the Sill, because I don't want to modify it. I want it to be the same as the original caps, right? So I'm gonna keep it as it is, and if I need to make some adjustments, I'm gonna make them on the cap later, not on my back. I believe that whoever made that cap did a lot of research, and it should be the truth, right? No, now here, for this negative curve, the metal needs to stretch. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hammer this down, so because the metal is too short here and needs to stretch, hopefully it's going to pull some of this in that direction, you know what I mean? Because here we have too much metal, we want to shrink. Here we don't have enough metal and it wants to stretch. Okay, so the front one is made too. Well, I need to trim it a little bit. I just wanted to check quickly if it is gonna work, and of course it doesn't work again here, this corner. But this is easy to fix, so we're gonna start with the rear one, and I'm gonna make this one work and then the front one, no problem. But I'm happy that we actually managed to make our own caps that are not worse than the original ones, or the aftermarket ones anyways. Alright, so I cleaned the leftover metal here from the old cap, and I'm not that far away. So the bottom goes in, and the only problem is here in the corner. This side is gonna go in. The only problem is here in the corner, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit this, and I'm gonna bend this, and it's gonna work, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna try to work here so you can see it. And of course I'm cutting the wrong side. Okay. So now I can bend a little bit here. We force it. There you go. So it's gonna fit now, but first I wanna paint inside, of course. So this is fitting. I'm gonna work on the front one as well. Then we're gonna paint everything and we're gonna let them dry maybe overnight. All right, this one fits as well. And yeah, so now we're gonna take them out. We're gonna paint the back, we're gonna paint the Sill inside, and we're gonna let them dry overnight because I'm gonna use the special rust guard paint for here. And tomorrow we're gonna weld them. I'm debating whether I should do like what I did on the other side. I welded them at the edge and ground them nicely. That's what they look like. Or now that I have the spot welder, I can just spot weld it here around. Now this is too far in, it's gonna come out, of course. We will see. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do. First of all, I need to paint them. All right, the cups are painted. Painted here inside as well. And here. And now so these dried overnight, actually over a few nights because it was the weekend. So now they fit like a glove, like this glove. I was debating whether I should weld them in full or with the spot welder. And you know what I think? I think it's better if I weld them in full and grind them. I think it's better. Alright, I'm happy with that. It looks much better than spot welding it, and then, like, of course water is gonna go inside from everywhere. It's like we can never seal it, but at least, I don't know, it looks better to me. Well, I need to still grind a little bit more here. Okay, that looks better. This cup is done as well, and I think it looks great, much better than just spot welding it and having the two overlaps here in the front. I mean, I don't know if it's safer this way, but it looks better for sure. Anyway, so I think that was the last known welding under the car. So we're officially out of welding here. Under the car, I said, because now we have to go in the trunk and replace this. And there were some holes here and on the other side on the same place. And we had to finish something over there, as far as I remember. Let me go inside. Yeah, so we still need to add a piece of metal here and weld it to the outer. Remember this flange, now it's dirty, but remember this piece was not long enough and it didn't reach to where we needed to repair. So we said this we are gonna weld from inside. So we're gonna repair this, and these. But for this, I'm gonna drop the car now in its normal position, and I think it's gonna be easier. So guys, I think we have enough for one video. I think I'm gonna end it here, and then we're gonna see in the next video what we're gonna do. Like I said, we have to finish a little bit more here and there, just a few little things, but I would say that now the body is almost rust-free. Other than the surface rust that we still have to get rid of, everything else is repaired. So thanks for watching, guys, as usual. Thanks for commenting and subscribing. Thanks for sharing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.